undisputed, no mistakes are playing big. In the end, you'll all marvel like it's...
Welcome back, everyone, to the Mike and Ike Show. I'm Mike.
And I'm Mike. I think today we're going to start the show off with some discussion on the outlook for this year's playoffs.
Playoffs? Hell, Mike, it's only week 13. Where's my good buddy Jim Moore? Oh, here he is.
Don't be overdramatic, Ike. We're just starting the discussion.
Fine. What'd you have in mind?
Well, for starters today, I just want to kind of look at each division quickly and discuss the clear frontrunner, if there are any, and kind of just go from there. So, I'm going to take the north side here and look at the AFC and the NFC North. So, on the AFC North, it's pretty cut and dry in my opinion. The Bengals at 10-1 have the division in the bag. They could lose every game from here on out and still have the division in the bag. So I think Bengals got it 100%. Then if you look over the NFC North, it's a little bit closer. Vikings 8-3, Lions next up at 6-5. So Vikings got to be careful because they've, I believe they started out 6-0 or 7-0, one of the two. So I know their past few games haven't been the greatest. So Vikings got to get it going, or those Lions are going to start creeping up on them. But I got to give this one to the Vikings.
Yeah, I agree with you on both of those cases, Mike. Around Bengals, you're exactly right there. They've got it pretty easy. And two Vikings, I'm surprised they've lost some games, but they're still in it. I'll go ahead and take the AFC and the NFC South. Got the 9-2 Jacksonville Jaguars in the AFC South, and they're 9-2. You know, they have a really stingy defense. At 9-2, you feel pretty comfortable, but actually the Titans aren't that far behind at 8-4. And you know, the Titans have a very good offense with Mariota. They throw the ball a ton. They're leading the NFL right now in total offense. And I believe they won their first matchup against the Jags. So if they win their second matchup against the Jags in a couple weeks, they could steal that division. You know, the Jaguars have to watch out. On the flip side, you've got the lonely and unfortunately recently losing 6-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They actually started off pretty well. They were 6-2 or so not that long ago, but they've had 3 straight losses. And the division is about what it looks like in the NFL. You know, the next closest is the 5-6 Falcons. They're struggling. And then you have the CPU Panthers a couple games back. And then on the bottom, you have the Saints. So really anyone could win this division. Who knows? It could be Tampa Bay. It could be someone else.
Yep, I got to agree with you there on those Souths. Jags are probably the front runner there for the AFC South. And NFC South, man, it's just a cluster. So, moving over to the West, AFC, NFC. In the AFC, you got what should be schedule here on out for the Chiefs. They're currently 8-3. Broncos not far behind at 7-4. Difference is currently the Chiefs have a 1-game head-to-head lead against the Broncos. So that's definitely one to watch. If you look over the NFC West, you got another close one. Seahawks 9-2, Rams 8-3. Both of those teams are, I firmly believe both those teams will be in the playoffs with the Seahawks taking the division.
Yeah, you got some strong divisions there. AFC East, man, it's up there. It's a strong division. I think, AFC West and NFC West, strong divisions. I didn't realize that the Rams were so high up there from the Seahawks. They're knocking on the door. So both of those divisions are good. And we've got some strong divisions in the East, too. We've got the 8-3 AFC East Buffalo Bills, and we have the NFC East 8-3 Cowboys. Now, the difference here is this is one division that there's really not anyone too close. The Bills look pretty dominant. There's the 7-4 Patriots knocking on the door, but you know what the trump card is? The Bills have beat the Patriots twice this season already. They hold the tiebreaker. So, Bills are going to go to the playoffs. That's a pretty easy call. So, even though the Patriots are there, they are playoff bound. The Cowboys, on the other hand, at 8-3, they're looking much even better than the Buffalo Bills because they have a 3-game win streak right now. There's no one really close to them in the division. I think they're 4 or 3 games up from the next closest person. So the Cowboys, the Bills, they're easy picks that they're going to go to the playoffs. The question is, how well will they do in the playoffs? And we'll have to see for that later. Well, before we switch segments, I know Jim wanted to say something about his frustrations he has with non-sim players. I know you've all heard that before, and as everyone knows, as the song says, we keep it Sam here in the XCFL, so let's go ahead and roll that tape.
Stupid people are like glow sticks. I just want to snap them and shake the shit out of them till the light comes on.
And it's that time again. It's your favorite guy. It's your favorite time of the week, I hope. Good old Dick Dickerson and his picks. We've noticed a lot of people kind of
Hello, XCFL fans. Glad to be back here on the Mike and Ike Show. Always a good time here. And speaking of good times, I'm here in Cleveland at the World Series with my son, as I mentioned on Twitter, who is a Cubs fan. I am unfortunately a Brooklyn Dodgers fan. Looks like it's raining here. Looks like it's gonna be a rain delay, so I figured since I can't make it in the studio, let me take this time to go over some of these games that we have going on this week in Week 13. Let's start off with the XCFL Network game of the week. LA Rams at the New England Patriots. Patriots are 7-4. They're on a 3-game win streak. The Rams are 8-3. They're on a 5-game win streak. As most of you know, the XCFL Owners Chat was a hot topic the other day. First, let me get something off my chest. Boone, you can't compare errors to another, buddy. You just can't do it. At Chris, I see your point, buddy, I do, but you're still wrong. Cheaters never win unless you're the Patriots, or as Jimbo calls them, the Cheatriots. Anyhow, now back to business. In this one, Patriots win. Rams are a good team, just not today. Pats win by 13. Next up, we got the Vikings at home against Dallas. The Vikings are 8-3. Dallas is 8-3. The Vikings are coming off a 1-game loss, while Dallas is riding a 3-game winning streak. Vikings get their game plan together here. They are at home and they win by 7. Nick is a good coach. He's a smart game planner. He adjusts well. Dallas is not an easy game here either. Jason, Dallas owner, is another good coach. He has a good squad. Just a tough matchup this week versus the Vikings, unfortunately. Next up, you have the Jets, who are at home against the Colts. Jets have not won a game this season at all. They're 0-11, riding an 11-game losing streak. And the Colts are 5-6 with a 1-game winning streak coming into Week 13. Jets owner Bano Jr. is one of the youngest owners in the XFL, just behind Zach with the Texans. Bano Jr. said it best last week. Just continue to play hard and look forward to next season. Maybe give some of those younger guys a chance to play the rest of the season out. Sean, a.k.a. Mr. Wednesday Night, another great owner, shows up every week, Wednesday and Saturday, to play his games. He is also prepared and ready each week, as he has kept his team in each game he has played. I played Sean earlier in the year and had him on the ropes, but was unable to close the deal. However, the Jets finally get their first win this week at home against the Colts by 6. Next up, we have the Seahawks at home against the Panthers. Seahawks are 9-2. The CPU Panthers are 4-7. They're on a 4-game losing streak, and the Seahawks are on a 2-game winning streak. John, if you're listening, we need you, buddy. Come back, brother. Rumors are you were trolling the XFL Network's website recently. Danny's Seahawks are just too tough this week against the CPU Panthers. Seahawks win by 13. Next up, we got my team, the Bears, who are 4-7. They're on a 1-game losing streak against the San Francisco 49ers at home. Niners are 3-8 on a 2-game losing streak. The Bears, we're riding high there for a while. It feels good to win. Go Cubs. I'm picking myself to win this one. We are at home. We have our game plan set. Hella Chinese has been AP for a little while. I'm hoping to take advantage of that. But we're going to play our game and prepare for the best Niners team they got. Bears win by 10. Next up, we got the Steelers, who are 6-5 on a 3-game losing streak against the Giants, who are 4-7 on a 1-game winning streak. Giants are a CPU team. I also played the CPU Giants, and it was a wacky game, but in the end, Jimbo's Steelers take this one easy with a 14-point win over the CPU Giants. Next up, this is the CPU Ravens and the CPU Dolphins. The Ravens are 5-6 on a 4-game losing streak, and the Dolphins are 3-8 on a 1-game winning streak. And I was correct. The XCFL CPU Game of the Week, Ravens win by 3. Next up, we got the Green Bay Packers at home against the Texans. The Packers are 5-6. They're on a 2-game winning streak, and the Texans are 7-4 on a 1-game losing streak. Flip a coin on this one, fellas. Texans were strong early on and struggled a little bit. They just lost J.J. Watt for last week's game for a 1-game suspension. Now they face the Packers team, who is coming off a week. Last week they had struggled as well. This season of battling a 500 record. Even though I need the Packers to lose, Packers win at home versus the Texans by 7. Next up, we got the New Orleans Saints at home against the Lions. CPU Saints are 3-8 on a 1-game losing streak. The Lions are 6-5, who've turned it around this season and find themselves in second in the NFC North. They're on a 1-game winning streak. Lions face the CPU Saints team. Another game I need my NFC North battle. I think the CPU Saints knock off Dave and his Lions. Dave has seemed to manage to stay under the radar and turn his Lions team around, but the CPU Saints win by 13. Sorry, Dave. Maybe you'll respond to my DMs one day. Next up, we got the Bills against the Raiders. The Raiders are at home. They're 3-8. They're on a 1-game winning streak, as the new owner just came in and got his first win. The Bills are 8-3, riding their first game winning streak after losing 2. Oh boy, Andrew, aka Mike, your bleeding Bills will stop bleeding, buddy. Bills win in Oakland against the new guy, Phil Bananas, in a welcome to the XFL party blowout. Bills win by 20. Next up, we got the Cardinals at Redskins. Cardinals are 2-9. They're on a 5-game losing streak. Not to mention they are a CPU team against the Redskins, who are 1-10 on a 7-game losing streak. The Cardinals are still without an owner, and an owner, I believe, the last guy never panned out because he couldn't pass his entry exam, from what I understand. So the CPU Cardinals host the newly owned Redskins by Justin. I think Justin is still looking for that first win in the XCFL. If not so, either way, it's a no-win here this week against the CPU Cardinals. They win by 10. Next up, you got the Bengals at home against the Eagles. The Bengals are 10-1 this season on a 5-game winning streak, and the CPU Eagles are 5-6 on a 2-game losing streak. Bengals and the Immaculate One are playing great football this week. They face a team who has been up and down and now find themselves with no owner. The CPU Eagles lost to the Bengals big by 24 in my XCFL blowout of the week. Next up, we have Davies Jaguars, who are 9-2 on a 1-game losing streak, against the Broncos, who are 7-4, also on a 1-game losing streak. Davey and the Jaguars, to be honest, I'm surprised he has this team at the top of the XCFL standings. The AFC South Division was voted to be the best division in the XCFL. They are facing the Broncos with their new owner, but not as new as he's fit in well here this far, and I think the Broncos pull a shocker in Jacksonville. Broncos beat the Jags at home by 7. Next up, you have the Falcons at home against the Chiefs. I think the Falcons are 5-6 on a 1-game winning streak, and the Chiefs are 8-3 on a 3-game winning streak. Falcons, who are run by Corey, aka Benny the Great, in XCFL, are fantasy football owner as well. He's one of the vets here in the XCFL. Great owner, great player. Falcons face our very own Brian, aka Ike. Chiefs this week. Sorry, buddy. I have to go with the Falcons at home. The Chiefs by 6. Excuse me. The Falcons are at home versus the Chiefs, but I take Falcons. Falcons by 6. Sorry about that, guys. Got a lot going on here in the booth. Looks like they might be getting ready to play again here. So let's move on to the last game of the week. Chargers at home against the Buccaneers. ARV3 and his Bucks have had a rough go lately, it seems, since he hit the Bears. The Chargers, who are 3-8 on a 2-game winning streak with a new owner, and the Buccaneers, who are 6-5 on a 3-game losing streak. He faces the new owner of the Chargers team in Matt. I think Matt makes his mark in his new Chargers team, and the losing streak continues for the Bucks. The Bolts win at home versus the Bucks by 13. As always, it's my pleasure to be here on the show, guys. Looks like they're getting ready to get back onto the field. The umps are meeting. So again, it's my pleasure to be on the show with the great Mike and Ike. Remember, folks, if you're not liking what you're hearing, too bad. Haha. Just hit me up on Twitter at XCFL_Dickerson or Mike and Ike at XCFL Mike and Ike. Even if you do agree, but I doubt it, drop us a line anyway. We want to hear from you. Not really, but, well, I'm the guy everybody loves to hate, but in the end, everybody loves me. Take care, guys.
Well, folks, that's all we have for everybody this week. Ike from Ike and Ike Show, we're signing off.
I spit a freestyle all the while I predict the XCFL games in perfect pro style. I might hate, but I never profile. Don't discriminate, don't mess with my league's fate. Find yourself erased off the game. Been doing this for 8 years.
We are better than them. We had the best commissioner when his name is Jim. He don't get caught up in that cheese, cause he's always watching you and you should know. Watches when you sleep, and if you want to join the XCFL, then brother, you had better keep it sin. In other leagues, they try to be like us, but brother, they just cannot keep it sin.